Hello, Charlie Macklin here. I wanted to do a quick follow-up video on Kratom. Can Kratom have side effects? Notice I said can Kratom have side effects, not will Kratom have side effects. And the answer to can it is yes, depending on your body chemistry, depending on your environment, your mood. There's a lot of factors with any medicine that can affect the side effect of that medicine. From what I've found, most medicines have sort of a credit card effect. That is to say, you can get what you want today, but tomorrow you're going to pay for it. And you're going to pay for what you got today plus the time tomorrow plus interest. And that goes with any medicine, that especially pain medicines. And so for a day or two you might get the opposite effect of what the benefits were that the medicine was giving you. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend Kratom for someone that suffers with depression, because I myself have depression, and normally it's very manageable, it's relatively mild, but when I take Kratom, it amplifies it, not so much when I'm taking the Kratom, but say 24 hours after. And that's really kind of a shame, because it really does work for pain, certain types of pain, such as like sore feet or joint pain in your knees and that sort of thing. It's wonderful for that. But just know that if you're gonna take that substance, you probably want to plan for a continued use of it, or possibly prepare yourself for a withdrawal period if you choose to use it for a while and then stop. And I don't want to put the plant down, because it's overall pretty beneficial to a lot of people, but I myself choose not to use it very frequently because of those effects. Now my extract that I made in the last video, it really hasn't been tested. I didn't have any bad side effects from the very small amount that I tested, but like I said, it's relatively untested, so I don't know exactly how that will affect a person. It's, like I said, it's new. What other things? You know, you have to consider the shamanistic approach of medicine versus the Western approach. Okay, so the Western approach is problem, reaction, solution. I have a problem, I can either treat the symptoms, or I can treat the root cause of the problem with a medicine, and I expect to go back to normal in our world, which is, as you see in America 2020, nothing but normal. So the Western approach to medicine is rather narrow-minded and in some ways flawed. In the shamanistic approach to medicine, you would consider it a teacher. So if taking a substance causes you to have a negative effect, you actually need to sit down and hash through that negative effect and write out, what am I so depressed about? What am I so angry about? What are my fears? Why did I get paranoid when I took that substance? And that's more of a shaman's approach to medicine, where even if you have a bad ride, so to speak, you're going to learn from it, instead of the Western approach, which just says, I didn't get what I wanted right away, so it's no good. There is a way to balance it in the Western approach, which is the benefits of the medicine should outweigh the negative side effects. And that's advice from my mother, who was a pharmacist for over 50 years. So if the benefits of a medicine outweigh the side effects, it's generally recommended. Okay, that's good for the individual. But where it gets complicated is one individual might not have the same reaction as another individual. So that's where legality becomes challenging, if you actually care about the safety of a medicine and how it affects people. Of course, most legality situations are based on some rather peculiar societal norms, along with the financial power of pharmaceutical companies. So I generally support Kratom's being widespread, available, but I do think it needs to be something that people are warned about potential side effects. Um, it's just the nature of that particular plant. The plant also being in tune with the Saturnian forces, as I kind of alluded to in the alchemy video, it does tend to pull lead from the soil. So it could be that the harvest time, like how late in the season you harvest the plant and what kind of soil it was grown in, can also affect when you take a raw herb like that, you're consuming everything that that plant pulled from that land. And if, who knows if it was grown on an area where there was a battle and there's lead in the soil, and you're pulling all that negative energy up into the plant. So that's something to be aware of with a raw herb. Overall, I had a really great time creating the alchemy video on Kratom, and I apologize for not doing more alchemy videos. I've just been swamped, and the world's changing so rapidly that it's everything we can do to keep both oars in the water and pay the bills these days, you know. But I do have a lot of other great video ideas, and lately I've been researching CBG. I think that's a good cannabis strain that can be used for some different things. It's something I'm looking into. There'll be other videos on, I want to do some electromagnetic videos, and so stay tuned, but that's about it for today. Have a good one.